Right, so I've been in the FPL YouTube space for about a year now. I don't claim to be a YouTube expert, but in that time, I've definitely learned some things. I thought I'd make this video for anyone interested, and I'll share those things with you. Alright then, getting started. I think this is probably the hardest thing you can possibly do when it actually comes to a YouTube channel. Once you get to that first YouTube video up, you kind of release a mental barrier or break through a mental barrier of being a little bit afraid of putting yourself out there on camera or just on the internet in general. It does take quite a lot of bottle to do something like that, in my opinion anyway. I was putting it off for a little while when I wanted to start, that's for sure. I'd also just say, be prepared to be a bit rubbish when you start with, right? No one is going to make their first FPL or any YouTube video and be absolutely fantastic, right? Your first video is probably going to be a bit rubbish, and I wouldn't worry about that. No one is going to see your first few videos anyway, particularly if you don't really have a brand or an audience to start with that you can attract to the video. So yeah, don't worry. No one's going to see it if it's a bit rubbish. I'd also say if you're starting a YouTube channel, you know, with the intention of making some money off of it, you've got to be prepared to put in a lot of upfront work without any real reward. For me, I wouldn't, I don't think you should start a YouTube channel for the sole reason of making money, because the money comes so late in the game after so much effort. But yes, it's obviously a lovely reward, but you really need to do it because you just genuinely enjoy the process of making videos or the topic that the videos are about. For me, if you're getting started, don't really go with an aim of getting a certain amount of views or anything like that. Aim to upload 10 videos over a defined period of time. So say you're in the FPL space, say I'm going to make 10 videos in December, something like that. And aim to make each of those 10 videos better than the last one. If there's anything you can improve, maybe your presence on camera, the graphics you're presenting, maybe add some music, some pop-up effects, etc., etc. Just as you learn the ropes, I think that's a really good mindset to get yourself into. Alright, so the equipment that you're going to start with. For me, you don't need anything fancy. Of course, you probably need a laptop or a decent PC just with the processing power to run a streaming software, video recording software, and a basic editing software, right? I do all mine on a MacBook Pro. I think, to be honest, you could get away with a less powerful laptop, or if you've got a PC, just use that. I would say in terms of a camera, this isn't the most important piece of hardware. Most laptops have a decent enough webcam, or you can find yourself a reasonable 1080p webcam on Amazon. I think I found a Logitech one for about 25 quid. I'm not even going to put a link in the description for a camera, to be honest. They're so easy to come by on Amazon that you can just find one yourself. Now, the microphone, I think when you're making certainly videos about FPL or where you're talking a lot, sitting in a chair, talking in front of a camera basically, the most important bit of equipment, for me at least, is a microphone. I feel like an average viewer is likely to put up with a slightly shoddy camera, but if your sound quality is awful with echo, lots of background noise, that's not really going to fly, unfortunately. So you need to spend a little bit of cash on a decent microphone. By a little bit of cash, I mean about 50 quid, to be honest. I've got something called a Razer Siren Mini, and I bought it with a retractable arm, so I can move the microphone around. Hopefully there's not too much background noise there. The retractable arm is about 15 quid. So I think in total, I got the microphone on an Amazon Black Friday deal as well, I think I remember. So the microphone in the arm in total costs about 50 quid. You can get a blue snowball as well. That's quite a popular microphone people can go for. But I personally prefer to have this Razer Siren Mini that goes on a retractable arm. And then you just need some software, basically. I record all of my videos in a piece of software called OBS. It's free to download on the internet. You can get a Mac version if you've got a MacBook, or a Windows version if you've got a Windows PC. And it's the same with the editing software that I use as well. It seems to be like a really advanced piece of software, and I don't know how they don't charge for it, but DaVinci Resolve is the editing software that I use. Both OBS and DaVinci Resolve are completely free. You just need a PC or a laptop to run it on. One more thing before I forget, I didn't mention it on this screen, but it's really important to have some good lighting. You don't need anything spectacular. I mean, I did with a ring light for about 6 months before I started earning a bit of revenue and bought myself a photography light. It's not expensive though. I think it's about 50 quid on Amazon. It's just a really bright light bulb with like a photography case around it. So yeah, you can get yourself started with a ring light placed in a good location. Just get some light on your face so it's really clear to see, and that's all you really need to worry about. Now, I wondered if you could do me a favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure to leave a like rating, subscribe to the channel as well, set the notification bell so you can see when I upload next. If you're really enjoying the video, please consider joining as a channel member. You'll get early access to all of my videos, and when I deadline stream, I'll give you priority when I rate people's teams in Draft Hound. You can also, if you want to support the channel in a different way, check out my shop down below. You can buy yourself a golden goal sticker or a mug. All right, back to the video. Right, so what makes a good YouTube video? So I think there are three main components. You've got your thumbnail and your title. The thumbnail and title is what your potential audience sees before they click on a video. Some of this is going to sound obvious, but you have to think of it in this way, to break down the video in this way in order to work out, how to make a good one. So it's really important to just follow through with this and hear me out. Yeah, the title and thumbnail, it's what your potential audience see before they watch the video, right? So a good thumbnail and a good title, in my opinion, and from what I've learned in the FPL space, a good thumbnail and title shows a little bit about what the video is going to contain and creates a little bit of intrigue as well to make the viewer click, right? You can't just give away the whole content of the video in the title or the thumbnail because there's no incentive to click. So you give a little bit away. For example, in some of my FPL thumbnails, I like to put a blanked out player with a question mark on their face. So I give a little bit of detail as to what the video is going to tell you. Maybe, I don't know, some underlying numbers or some expected point stats. And then I don't reveal the player that it shows. So it gives the viewer a little bit of an incentive to click on the video. Then you've got the intro and the hook. I think in this TikTok, YouTube Shorts age that we live in at the moment, the human attention span when it comes to selecting a video on the internet is really, really short. You have to grab the viewer's attention within about 5 seconds, really. And you need to have a good intro or a hook to do that. And it's a similar concept, really, to the thumbnail and title, just a continuation of that. So the hook, it needs to be punchy, engaging, and be something that keeps the viewer watching. So again, you give a little bit of detail away about what the video contains, and you do something to make it engaging and interactive. So you pop up some subtitles maybe alongside what you're saying. You have some images pop up with some sound effects, or you zoom yourself in and out on screen just to be a little bit more engaging to the viewer than just talking on a camera. And then you've got the content itself. Now this video, I'm going to keep it quite generic. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what you should make your YouTube video about. I mean, ultimately that's up to you. But what I'd say in order to just decide what to make your YouTube videos about, have a concept of, well, it's a concept that's used in the YouTube space at least. It's called the avatar. That's why I've got the picture of the avatars there. But the avatar basically is an imagination of your target market, your target audience for your YouTube video. So put yourself in the shoes of your target, your average watcher of a YouTube video, right? What do they want to see on a thumbnail? What titles are they going to click on? What are they interested in seeing? How long would they spend watching a YouTube video? The key topics of interest in your various space. If you put you take your mindset away from what is a good video to the mindset of an average watcher and what do they want to see, that you will usually help you work out what to make your videos about. All right, then, some general tips and advice. So I know I've talked a little bit about monetization on this video, right? But for me, I get far more benefits from YouTube just than a little bit of cash in my pocket every month, which thankfully, and I'm obviously very grateful that I've started doing that now. But for me, certainly in the FPL space anyway, I didn't get into YouTube just for the money. I got into it because I wanted to be productive with my hobby. It's hard to say, hard to define what I mean in there, but ultimately, like, FPL is a game. It's not a productive thing to play, right? Compared to productivity, you could basically class it as a bit of a waste of time, to be honest. It's moving pictures of players around on a screen and then scoring points when they score goals. So not particularly productive, but I absolutely love the game, and I wanted to find a way that I could turn that into some form of productivity, and making YouTube videos about it is what I found. And yeah, on average, it takes the average YouTuber 100 videos to become monetized. So in order to become monetized on YouTube, you need to reach 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 watch hours on your videos. That's the criteria. For me, it took me over 300 videos to make that. So in terms of, like I said, motivations before, right? I don't think you should get into, certainly the FPL space, because you want to make money right away. You get into it because you enjoy the process of making videos, interacting with viewers, like-minded people in the FPL space, you know, bouncing ideas back off one another on live streams and in the comments, etc. That's where I find my real pleasure in making the videos. Obviously, making money alongside it is really, really nice, but to get started, you know, you need to pick a niche or a topic that interests you, and that's obviously the next point. Again, the average YouTuber takes 100 videos to become monetized, right? So you have to be in it for 100 videos. So you have to pick a topic or a niche that you're interested enough in to make 100 videos about without getting any money for it. And it's important to stick within a reasonable topic or niche, right? Because the way the YouTube algorithm works, and there are plenty of videos out there, might even be worth searching it yourself once you get going. There are plenty of videos that show how the YouTube algorithm works, but in simple terms, the algorithm will push your videos to a target audience that are interested in a particular topic. It will categorize your channel as, I don't know, a particular topic, and then advertise that particular topic to potential viewers. The way that you basically get viewers to watch your content, YouTube works in a way, in my opinion at least, where it rewards creators who keep viewers on the app or their software for longer. So if you make good videos that keep viewers watching, have good audience retention, you know, good thumbnails obviously to get them to click, and then good content, a good hook to get them to, you know, continue watching, and the content itself needs to be engaging enough to keep them watching the video, and that in turn will reward you with views. Few more tips then. There are going to be times where your videos don't get many views and you don't seem to be progressing. Even though you think your videos are really good, they're not going to get the views in some cases that you might expect. Now, this is where you have to keep going, basically. It's all part of the YouTube game. You have to spend and have to be prepared to put in a lot of effort without any real reward. That's just how the game works, unfortunately. It's a hard old slog to get to that monetization point, which again goes back to the point you have to find a method of making videos that you genuinely enjoy and would do for free. And just in general as well, just to save a bit of time, something I've picked up for graphics, certainly for FPL videos, have a set of like graphics videos templates that you can use for each video. So pictures of players that you have saved, color schemes, graphics, text that you can just copy and paste into future videos. It means you don't have to start from square one with each video that you make. So, you know, that's why I said make 10 videos to start with, because the first video, obviously all the graphics, you're going to be starting from complete scratch. But by the time you get to your 10th, you're probably going to have a reasonable like template of graphics where you can copy and paste and make your next few videos a lot more quickly. I'm going to sound like a stalker here, but ultimately, most niches in topic areas already have someone that's quite large on YouTube. You know, we all know the big FPL content creators, right? That's my space. You've got to watch them. You've got to study their videos, understand what they do to make videos, and yeah, keep viewers retained, basically. Keep them watching their videos. You know, how do they structure their videos? What do their thumbnails and titles look like? Do they do collaborations with other YouTubers? How often do they upload? When in the day do they upload? These sorts of questions you've got to ask when you watch other YouTubers in your space. Now, I'm hoping this isn't the main reason you clicked on the video, but I thought I'd share my recent YouTube analytics, my current like video stats, the views I'm getting, the subscribers I'm getting, to give you an idea of what you could potentially earn from a YouTube channel. As I was saying, I'm on 2,415 subscribers at the moment, I'm pretty sure, after making 343 videos. So we'll just go into YouTube Studio a second. So YouTube Studio is sort of the back office bit of software for content creators that they see on YouTube. So on here you get, well, just moving my graphics around there. On here you get all of the YouTube videos that you've made. Just move this along a little bit. The views, whether they're monetized or not, obviously this only comes after those 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, the number of comments, likes to dislike ratios, etc., etc. Just the key stats about your videos. So what I thought I would do, just for an example, is just go on one video. You can see that's what I've made in the last month. I'll go through that in a bit more detail. So I'll look at one video and just see what that has earned me, the stats it's done, etc., etc. So when you click on a video, you get an overview. So it tells you how many views you've got, the total number of hours that people have watched it, the number of subscribers you've gained from the video, and the estimated revenue. And then you get a little bit of info as to how many unique people have watched your video. yeah, this is the average view duration. So on average, people have watched this video for 6 minutes. It was shown to about 30,000 people, and 7.4% of the people that saw it clicked on it. You've seen it already, but I've made from that video £10.67, which honestly, I'm still amazed that I'm getting paid even some money to do this, right? But just for, you know, comparison, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not complaining about the fact that I'm being paid to make YouTube videos. But what I'm saying is it's certainly not a replacement yet for a full-time job. So this video in particular, it's a review of the season so far. So I had to go through all of the players in the Premier League, ranking them by XG and XA, create all my own graphics to show them on a table. And then I did the same for all the teams in the league. To make the video probably took me like 5 hours of effort. 5 hours of effort for £10 in reward. So what's that, about £2 an hour? Now, again, I've got a caveat by saying I'm so grateful that, you know, I'm being paid to do this, and I've done it for 300 videos without being paid. But it gives you an idea of like how much your effort stacks up to how much I'm earning with my subscriber count at the moment, right? So again, we'll have a quick look at my analytics for the last month. So I've actually had a really strong month in, well, I think this is showing the last 28 days. So sort of mid-October to mid-November at the time that I record this. So I've had 33,000 views, nearly 2,000 watch hours. So my videos have been watched for nearly 2,000 hours. 246 new subscribers. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. And for that, I've earned £92.65. So during that time, I'd say I've made 5 videos a week for that 4-week period. So what, 20 videos? Each video has probably taken me 3 to 4 hours to make. So I mean, in terms of like reward for the effort in, it works out about £2 an hour for the effort that I've put into the YouTube videos. That's just the process. Of course, that's just the process of making the videos on their own as well. All the effort that I put into the graphics set beforehand, that's obviously not accounted for. So factor that in, and that's sort of what YouTube is paying me at the moment. That's all I had to go through, but hopefully that gives you enough information to get started. A little bit of info, of course, as to what I'm earning from YouTube ad revenue alone on my videos. I don't get any sponsorship at the moment or whatever, so that really is my sole earnings from YouTube. Gives you an idea of how much effort you have to put in to get to that stage. And of course, like I always bring my point back to, certainly in the FPL space, please don't start a YouTube channel with the expectation of making money from the off, because that's likely not what is going to happen. Unless you've got a really big following on Twitter or something like that and can draw thousands of people to your channel straight away, you're not going to be able to earn even £92 in a month to start with, right? It's going to take a hard, long slog to get there. But that's why it's important to make a video about a topic that you enjoy. Continue doing that. Well, it's important to have a topic you enjoy because you need to make a load of videos in order to get to this stage. And hopefully that shows in my videos, right? It took me so long to get to the point where I was monetized. I fell in love with the process of making videos and interacting with the audience. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop monologuing now. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like rating, subscribe to the old Golden Goal channel. That should be just there. And I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching.